Good morning to you, everyone. It's Warren, Mr. Bowtie Feaster coming at you. Just finished my morning run. I used to be an avid lover of running and an avid runner and a distance runner while I was in the Army. However, since I retired and you slow down, you realize all your joints and stuff that's been hurting all the years, but you never paid it any mind. I'm out here with my dog. Can I flip the camera around? Nope, won't let me flip the camera around. So we out here. He's pushing me. So I want to talk to you this morning because as I was running, I began to think about busy work. And remember, 2020 is still the year of vision as we propel and push ourselves toward our goals. Busy work. And the thought came to me, are you being busy or are you being productive? Now, there's a huge difference between the two. And I'm going to tell you this before I break down each one of those. Just keep one thing in mind. Just because you are active, just because you are constantly in motion, just because you are always on the go, it doesn't mean that you're being productive. Why do I say and what do I say and what am I talking about? If you're always on the go and you're always being active, you're always moving, however, there's no destination in sight or there's no goal in mind and you're just doing something to occupy your time, then that doesn't make for a productive event. A lot of people spend a lot of time on various social media or playing various games or even visiting certain places, people, and or events. And although there needs to be a distraction every now and then, and we'll talk about that later, are you being productive? Is the mass majority of your day in constant movement, but at the end of the day, you look at your pile of stuff and realize, I haven't done anything, haven't put a dent in this pile of paper, then what you have done is kept yourself busy. However, if you're constantly in motion and the pile of paper on your desk is going down, the to-do list is getting smaller, and at the end of the day, when you lay down at night, a million things that you're supposed to do today does not pop up in your head, and now you're running and scrambling, trying to get at least one or two things done so you won't have to deal with it tomorrow, then what you have done, my sister, my brother, my friend, if you have kept yourself busy. When we're talking about our goals, when we're talking about achieving our dreams, you will be busy. You will have a list of things to do that needs to be done. You will have a mountless amount of obstacles, and not necessarily obstacles. That's not what I want to talk about today, but you will have obstacles today. But that's not what I want to talk about today. But you will have this mountain of seem like endless tasks to do. Because as you finish one task, it will push you, lead you, or even create another task that needs to be accomplished. So you will still be busy, but it'll be toward the end goal. I was trying to remember the scripture, how it goes, where it says, I search for the mark of the prize of the high calling. And Paul said, I like it when Paul said, I've finished my course. In other words, I've ran the route that is placed before me. I've jumped every obstacle. I've achieved every goal, and I've finished the race. And so that's where we want to be. We don't want to be at the end of the day and our goals and our dreams and our successes are few, far apart from what we've been doing. Busy work is not necessarily productive work. In 2020, as we're pursuing our goals and pursuing our dreams, we want to do more productive work than busy work. Every now and then, take a list, take an inventory. Where are you? What needs to be done? How can you take these 5 minutes that you're sitting waiting on your Uber, waiting on your transportation? How can you maximize or utilize these 5 minutes productively? And a lot of times people are like, well, it's only 5 minutes. But if every time you have something to do, you have a 5-minute wait, what can you do? I remember going to the doctor's office when I was a young sergeant, and I had 7 or 8 soldiers that I had to counsel, and I was very serious about end of month counseling and making sure that my soldiers got counsel. And I was going to the doctor's office, and I was sitting there and I was waiting on the doctor, and I had my computer out and I was just typing away while I was waiting in the doctor's office, just typing away. And at this time, nowadays it's very, very common to see that, but back then it wasn't that common, And so I was sitting there, and when the doctor came out, Mr. Feaster, 1 second. And, I had to save, which back then saving wasn't just pushing the button. Close it up, pack it up, and then move on. And doctors are like, well, you wasted my time because I ain't got but 20 or 30 minutes with you. But I was maximizing my time. Now I've learned to be a lot more efficient in the doctor's office while I'm waiting. But I still maximize on trips when we're on the road, even from here to the next city over. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Right now I'm in college, so I'll have my college book and I'll pull it out and I'll begin to read while we're on the road. Or even as I'm writing book number 2 and doing stuff like for my newsletter and stuff, I'll pull out my iPad, and I'll begin to write. And, so that I can have all that stuff when I get finished. I'm maximizing the time. I could sit there and just look out, and I enjoy when we're traveling. And I look outside, and I love when we cross over the rivers. And my wife will tell you, when we cross over bridges, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll look at the water. It's so peaceful and so tranquil. But I'm maximizing that time so that it will be productive and not busy. Now, lately, I'm gonna be honest, I've been playing a lot of games on my phone. I haven't been too productive, but I needed the distraction. And like I said, I'll do a video on distractions later, but I needed the distraction just, we'll talk about it later, but I needed the distraction. But lately, now that I'm back in school and started on book 2, I am making sure I maximize my time so I don't have a lot of busy work anymore. I have a lot of productive work. I don't have a lot of busy time anymore. I have productive times. So I ask you again, are you being busy or are you being productive? Warren Mr. Bowtie asking you to like, comment, share this post to whomever you deem needs to hear this and know this. And thank you for listening to me. I know I was a little breathing kind of heavy, and sorry about that, but I said, let me get it while I'm running. I'll finish running on my way to the house so I can get me some breakfast. But that was all. You ain't need all that. But anyway, Warren Mr. Bowtie Feature signing out, telling you my 2 favorite things. Number 1, be the best you that you can be. And number 2, it's called life. Live it.